Hello, boys and girls. We're going to talk a little bit more about apples right now. I have a story to read. It's called Apples A to Z. And we're going to have Bear and Fox tell us lots of things about apples. So A, this is an alphabet book. A is for apples, of course. Fox loves apples. They are one of the most popular fruits in the whole world. B is for blossoms. By late spring, apple trees are covered in blossoms or flowers. And when the blossoms fall off the tree branches, that's when the apples start to grow. C is for cider. Bear makes cider by pressing apples with their skins, seeds, and all into a cloudy, pulpy juice. Cider can be served hot or cold. Usually people drink apple cider in the fall. D is for deciduous. That's a really big word, deciduous. Apple trees lose their leaves in the fall. That makes them deciduous trees. E is for eating. Fox and his friends eat raw apples. They eat cooked apples and they eat dried apples. All are delicious. F is for fruit. An apple is a kind of fruit. Other types of fruits are oranges, bananas, and grapes. Fruits contain seeds and come from flowering plants. G is for grafting. Fox attaches a branch of one kind of apple tree to a branch of another. This is called grafting. It can produce stronger, healthier trees and tastier apples. H is for harvest. Fall is harvest time when the ripe apples are picked from the trees. Apple picking is fun with friends. I is for ice. Apple trees are very hardy or strong, but winter ice storms can break the branches and keep fruit from growing in the spring. J is for juice. Apple juice, like cider, is pressed from apples, but apple juice is filtered to be clear. So apple cider is a little darker and cloudier than apple juice. K is for kitchen. A kitchen is the best place to make applesauce. Fox and Bear cut up some apples, spoon them into a pot, add a little water and sugar, and then simmer it on the stove until it is done. L is for leaves. Apple leaves are oval-shaped with small points. The edges of the leaves are toothed. That's what they call these leaves that have the little points. M is for markets. Farmers' markets and grocery stores are filled with many varieties of apples. Fox looks for Granny Smith, one of his favorite kinds of apples. Do you remember what color Granny Smiths are? Green, so maybe those are the Granny Smith ones. N is for nutritious. Apples are very healthy, natural foods. They have no fat and they contain fiber, which helps your stomach digest other foods. O is for orchard. An apple orchard is an apple farm. Apples are grown in every state in the United States and in every province in Canada. P is for pollen. Pollen from apple blossoms makes it possible for an apple fruit to form inside the flower. Bees help move the pollen from one apple blossom to another. Q is for quarters. Fox cuts his apple into quarters, which is 4 pieces of the same size. R is for ripe. A ripe red apple is irresistible. The codling moth caterpillar likes eating them as much as Fox does. He looks happy, doesn't he? S is for seeds. Fox cuts an apple in half, and the center is a star shape with 5 points, and each point of the star contains a seed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That apple has 5 seeds. T is for trees. All apples grow on trees. Some apple trees can grow to be 100 years old. Wow, that's old for a tree. U is for underground. The roots of an apple tree spread underground. Roots soak up water and nutrients and keep the tree from falling down and hold the tree in place. V is for varieties. There are hundreds of varieties of apples. Each variety looks and tastes different. So there's all sorts of kinds. Here's our Granny Smith. Here's a Red Delicious. All different kinds of apples. W is for wax. Fox rubbed an apple on his shirt, polishing the natural wax on the apple skin. The wax helps keep the apple from drying out. And X is for an X in an apple pie. It's as easy as pie to make an apple pie, and rolling out the dough is a lot of fun. Cut an X in the top of the pie dough to let steam escape while the pie bakes. So they made some little X's on top of their crust to let the steam escape. Y is for yield. One tree can produce hundreds of apples. The apples collected from a tree are called its yield. Yield is how many apples the tree produces. Z is for 0. Fox ate the last apple. Now there are 0 apples left. Just a whole bunch of apple cores. That's a lot of apples. All right, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed our story and that you will try some apples of your own. And until next time, keep on learning.